Hello everybody, I have another review. Today's review is the ESV Verse by Verse Preaching Bible from Crossway. This is in the goatskin black. This is a review copy from Crossway, so thank you to them for that. When you get the two-piece box. There's the front part of it. There is the back part, it's a two-piece. The Bible comes wrapped in this black felt to protect it while you're moving it about and shipping. Now, the Bible itself. The sides, you got your gold lettering, typical of Crossway. 4 hubs. You have 2 ribbons, gold gilding all the way around. It does have the perimeter stitching, which I really appreciate. Edge lines, very nice. The liner here, really smooth and soft, so that's good too. Isn't very stiff. Cause some cracking or issues. Not a whole lot here. Typical presentation pages. There's no marriage, no deaths, nothing like that. Some other Bibles have those. This one doesn't. You got your page there. 2016 ESV text. This guy is printed in China. Got your contents page, and then we get into the Bible itself as far as the text goes. One thing I'm impressed with, they really made the text dark so it's easy to read. Not a whole lot of eye strain there. Really grateful for that. It is in a single column format, and it is verse by verse as I mentioned earlier, and so you'll notice all the way down, verse by verse. You got a good margin over here, so if you want to make a few points or notes or something, if you're preaching or teaching from that, really helpful to be able to do that. A couple other things that I noticed too. Ghosting isn't too bad, but if it's not in the verse by verse, back to back, you'll notice that comes through a little bit. I've seen much worse, also seen better. So, kind of disappointed. Not too bad, but still a little disappointed with that. The page that I have right here, my lighting makes it look to me, to my eyes, a little yellow, but in the video it looks white. So I'm just going to go that it's the bulbs that I'm using. So keep that in mind. If you have certain types of bulbs that make your room a little more yellow, this might look a little more yellow to you. That may or may not affect your reading experience. I don't know. But it is a little thicker paper, so hopefully that'll help reduce some glare as well. But for the most part, pretty decent here. I mean, basic stuff. It is a preaching Bible. You're not getting a whole lot of notes. You're not getting any study aids. This is strictly designed to teach from, with the assumption that your notes are elsewhere. And overall, I mean, as far as the reading experience goes, this is pretty decent. You do have your concordance. And you also have maps. And you got your end, and the liner, little goatskin leather stamp, and there you go. Now, positives. Really appreciate that they put some effort into making the text black and easy to read. Love that. It's 9.75 font, not a whole lot of eye strain with small font. Like that. Like the margins on the side for notes, for helps or whatever you want to write in there, like that. Like that the paper's a little thicker so there's not as much bleed through. Could have been a little better, yeah, but again, I've seen worse. So really appreciate that. Now the not so good. Because this is a verse by verse, this guy is fairly heavy. What you're up against then is, if you want to take this around a lot, probably not good for carry. Maybe you grab it once, you put it on a desk, put on a lectern, stand or something, you preach from, you put it down, and you're good to go. But if you're carrying this guy around a lot, you're going to notice its weight. What they could have done is, because this is designed to be a preaching Bible, maybe, just maybe, to make it a little lighter. And here's a suggestion to all the guys over there at Crossway, if any of you guys are listening. Drop a little bit of this. Now, it probably wouldn't make that much difference, but For the most part, if you're preaching from this, you're probably not going to use the concordance and the maps. Just saying. You got a little weights and measurements page over here. Just make it all about the text. Boom. Just lop this stuff off. Free up a little bit more space. Make it a little bit more lighter, maybe. Just a thought. Another thing, too. I don't know what was going on. I know that when they moved across, Crossway moved to China, some people were complaining that the quality went down. I noticed it in a few little things that I have reviewed. I was hoping after about a year plus that maybe the quality assurance guys would get on top of this, but not really. I mean, you got some unevenness there. You come down here a little bit more even. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Look at the corner over this guy. And then you come up here. This, I don't know. It doesn't look right. It's almost like they put the cover down and just went like this. And then they tried to make up for it with some corner work, and it's just not good. And you might think, well, big deal. But here's the thing. When you're grabbing this guy and you're doing these numbers and these corners start failing on you and they start falling apart, you know what? Your Bible takes a beating because of that. And all of a sudden, this starts to separate a little bit, even with the perimeter stitching. If these corners are good, your stitching is not going to need as much strain. I was a little surprised. I thought the corner work could be a lot better. It's like, I don't know. A little disappointed. So, all in all, I do see some improvements from 2019, early 2020 Crossway material from China. I have heard and I have confirmed that there are some premium Bibles coming out. I think it's either late second quarter or mid third quarter. I have to look again at my dates. They are going back to production over in the Netherlands. I'm hoping with that the quality will just jump. So here's my advice. If you are looking for a good preaching Bible and you're okay with not moving it around a lot, this is probably okay. Again, remember, it's a little heavier. If you're worried about quality, hold off. See what happens when they go back to the Netherlands. Again, later this year. I can't remember if it's July, August, September, or somewhere in there. Just go to crossway.org and type it in. If you're after just a good quality Bible that's going to last, I highly recommend waiting until the Netherlands Bibles come back to Crossway. So hope that helps, and I'll have another review for you at another time.